weather coverage stream. So we're not in our normal place because my computer is just about dead. So we're looking towards my closet today. But we have a couple of storms to go over here today, including a couple of mesoscale discussions and flash flood warnings for Dallas. Is that Vince? Let me see. Who is that? Yeah, that's Vince. Why is Vince all the way down there? I don't know. Did they cancel? No, they didn't. It's just really small. So I don't have the flashing. Give me a minute, chat, to fix all this and get working the way I want it to. Also, sorry about my neighbors. Okay, why isn't it flashing? There we go. So these are our 2 tornado warnings that we have currently. So if you live in Caney, Tyro, or down here in Washington, in far northern Washington County, in Oklahoma, you need to watch out for this storm. This storm is and has a history of producing wall clouds. And we have our greens and grays heading towards the radar, and our reds moving away. Right in the middle there is where we have our rotation. Now, it's not exactly the strongest rotation, but it's still a rotation that we need to take seriously here today. Now, this is only a 2 out of 5 risk today, so it isn't like the most life-threatening thing in the entire universe, but oh no. That wasn't like that before. Actually, no, it's great. We're moving down to the floor. Actually, can I? Give me a sec, chat. Just need to think about how I. Hello, once again, Vivian. Just trying to figure out how I want to do this. I don't really have a way that I can sit at my desk unless I plug a couple things. Looking. Flashlight or something. Oh, frick, I can't use my flashlight. Okay. So, we're just gonna do that. Oh, frick. Okay, we can't do that either. Oh wait, I have my entire other desk that I can use. Jeez. I have to move crap off of it though. Frick. Why do I have to wait the day before spring break to get anything done in this room? So, this is why I thankfully have two sides of my axis. Come on. Oh boy. Get in there. Yeah, our spring break is super early. Okay, there's that. Then can I do this? We're trying a million different things tonight. Let's see if I can charge my phone from my computer, because that would save a lot of time for me. And actually, maybe. Oh, are you kidding me? Why isn't it charging? No, I just want to charge it. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay, so that's charging. Just gotta move that. Move that. Move you over. Alright, Vivian. Thanks for coming out. And I'll hope to see you later. But we still have tornado warnings that are still going across the board here. I think it's only 2 right now. Yes, we have 2 tornado warnings in effect right now. We have a tornado possible, that's this one, that has the tornado warnings for Coffeyville, Deering, Tyro, all those areas. And then we have a bunch of severe thunderstorm warnings here. None of them... I'm sorry, Los Angeles? What? Okay, California. Let's take a look at it, California. Yeah, that's a lot of hail. Approaching Johnson Peak. If you're around that area, be in a safe place. Get indoors, preferably, so you don't get hit by falling hail. Bunch of flash flooding going on there as well. And we have a bunch of severe thunderstorm warnings down here in Texas. We'll start off with this one north of Snyder. This is warned for 1-inch sized hail and 60 mile per hour gusts. And it also has that hooking characteristic that you'd normally see with rotating supercells. We have the classic hook shape here, with the inflow streaming into it, into the inflow notch, if you will, which is, the inflow notch is basically the mouth of a supercell. Oh my gosh, I cannot draw, apparently. And if we take a look at velocity here, yeah, there is some rotation on this cell. So if you're along US 380 near Jayton, or State Route 208 or State Route 70, I get into your safe place, because you could potentially be seeing a tornado warning here soon for your area. It's coming from Lubbock. So yeah, we have these greens going towards the radar, and we have these reds moving away. Right in the middle there is where our tornadic rotation is possibly located. So that's something to note here as we progress further on. Actually, while I'm at it, I should probably open up my camera map. Just in case. So if we do happen to have a tornado that's on the ground, we can take a look at it. Just gotta let it load. That's a new severe thunderstorm warning. Not severe thunderstorm warning, a new tornado warning that was just issued for the cell that we've been tracking. So this is for South Coffeyville. So if you're in South Coffeyville, get into your tornadic safe place now. Lowest and most room of your house, particularly a bathroom or a closet. If you don't have a bathroom or a closet, get into the lowest and most room in your house, particularly a closet. And put as many walls between you and the tornadic rotation as possible as well. If you're Noxie, that applies to you as well. The storm could occlude, and what it could do is it could continue going straight, or it could curve off to the north here, or it could shift to the south a bit. It could go any of those directions. So if you're in Coffeyville or South Coffeyville, if any of those locations sound familiar to you, I want you in a safe place immediately. Also, we have another thing forming behind it as well. We have this rotation that's formed right behind this one. So, Caney, stay in your safe place, because you could potentially be having another tornado warning for your area here in a bit. That's something to keep a note of here as we move on through this event tonight. Also, another thing I'm going to note. Now, while I don't have any... Well, I shouldn't say I don't have classes tomorrow, because that's not true at all. And what are you? No, don't do it. That's a lot of strong damaging winds approaching Oklahoma City. So if you're in Oklahoma City, I'd watch out. You have a bunch of damaging winds approaching your area. Hobart, you're about to get slammed by a golf ball-sized hail. And did the radar just die? Not really seeing anything tornadic associated with these severe thunderstorm warnings that have been issued here. It looks to me like it's just a bunch of strong damaging straight line winds and golf ball sized hail. So that's always fun, right? let's see if we can take a look at these storms here using our camera map that we have access to. Now we have a bunch of cameras that at our disposal here. Unfortunately for us, most of the cameras that we have here are still images, which is pretty unfortunate. We need a orange camera in Oklahoma City. I don't think we have that. Wait a minute, we do. Oh, let's go. We do have an orange camera. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. It wasn't updated. Please work. Kidding me? Oh, frick. Okay. So we don't have any actual video cameras coming out of Oklahoma City, which is unfortunate. But we'll make out with the best that we have here. Still got a bunch of strong damaging winds approaching you guys though in Oklahoma City. And that is a new mesoscale discussion. At a point where I can... Yes. So this is mesoscale discussion 200 concerning severe thunderstorm watch 31. Severe threat continues. Hail continues to be the primary risk with storms this evening. Scattered thunderstorms, a few supercells persisted across Weather Watch 31. This activity continues to evolve along the eastern plume of steeper lapse rates that extend across the southern high plains of West Texas into northern Oklahoma. While large-scale forcing is not particularly noteworthy, low-level convergence is more than adequate for renewed development east of the dry line, extending northeast along the synoptic front over Oklahoma. Hail has been the most common severe threat with this activity, and radar data suggests that the most robust updrafts are generating hail in excess of 1 inch. Over the last hour or so, convection has gradually increased along the synoptic front from north of CDS to near PNC. This corridor may become more concentrated into the mid-evening hours as the boundary advances slowly southeast. So basically what they're saying here is that hail so far is the main risk. However, if one of these cells does become discrete, there could be the potential for a tornado to happen. So this storm down here still has a hook shape to it. And it still has rotation as well, which is a little concerning that it's still there. I'm actually going to open up GR3 if it'll open. which it might eventually. Possibly. There we go. Only need one tab open though, GR3. Windows, warning. There we go. So, oh, yeah, that's, yeah. That's definitely some strong rotation associated with the cell up north in South Kansas and far northern Oklahoma. If this storm continues on its main track, it could end up affecting Joplin. Joplin was hit by an EF5 back in 2011. It was actually the strongest tornado. No, not the strongest. It was the costliest tornado for like a couple years until the May 20th, 2013, more EF5. So you guys have a history there in Joplin with tornadoes. Now, this storm probably isn't going to persist that far, because it still has, let's see here, if I can pull up the right tool. This storm still has 68 miles to cover before it even gets to Joplin. The storm is moving at, let's see what the warning says. The storm is moving at 20 miles an hour as well. So if we put a track on here for you, if I can position it right, 20 miles an hour. Yeah, Joplin, you guys would be hit in about 204 minutes. So that's over like 4 hours, I think. I don't know, someone do the math. I think that's over 4 hours away. But if you're just tuning into the live stream, we are live because of a severe weather event that's currently ongoing. We have a couple of tornado warnings. We have 6 severe thunderstorm warnings and a bunch of special weather statements and flash flood warnings. So, Caney, you guys now have a special weather statement for wind gusts up to 50 miles an hour and half-inch sized hail. So stay inside. But that rotation that I mentioned earlier is no longer there. The rotation that was over there near Caney has died off, which is good news. Turning down the line, the new severe thunderstorm warning that's been issued. Oh, that might be a spin up. Guthrie. I think that's this one. Wait. Yes, it is this one. Okay. But watch that spot there very carefully. If that persists in the next frame, that's going to be something to watch, because that could be a spin up. Check spectrum width. There is a bit of turbulence there. Spectrum width, if you don't know what that does, measures turbulence. Obviously, a tornadic rotation will produce some turbulence. Correlation coefficient, anything? No. I think CDR is specific differential. Nope, that's KDP. There we go, high res. There's not much of a ZDR arc either on the storm, which tells me that's not intensifying. That's good news. I actually want to take a look at our ZDR arc with this storm up here. There's not much of a ZDR arc up here. The storm warning expires in 23 minutes. Tornado warning remains in effect until 7 p.m. Central Standard Time for southeastern Montgomery County. Still moving east at 20. Radar indicated, and yeah, not really much else there. However, we had a report of a funnel cloud about 38 minutes ago, 2 miles east of Caney, who reported a funnel cloud here east of Caney. So this storm does have a history of producing funnels. It's something to note. Also has a history of producing 0.88 inch size hail here. If I back out of that and go to this, open a new tab. .88 size hail, ironically enough, is on the list here, and that's about nickel-sized hail. So if you can imagine a nickel, let me see if I actually have one in my wallet. I doubt it, but there we go. If you can imagine one of these falling from the sky, that'll hurt. So this is the size of hail that was falling from this tornado-warned storm earlier in the day. So that's something to note here. So that's what this storm has a history of doing. Now, it's not doing that now, as the storm has begun to weaken significantly. But that's still what you can see from the storm. And they have just canceled the warning for South Coffeyville. Yeah. Tornado warning for northwestern Nowata County has been canceled. The storm which prompted the warning has moved out of the area. Therefore, the warning has been canceled. Severe thunderstorm watch remains in effect until 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. So that's something to note there, is that this warning for northern Nowata County has been allowed to expire. Which is good news. And I think they just canceled that one as well. Let's go back. I believe that they have just canceled this warning as well. Why is there a, So let's jump up to this storm, and oh yeah. It's coming from Springfield's radar. Oh, yeah. We definitely got some rotation there. My goodness. I don't know why this storm isn't at least tagged with the tour possible. clearly we have the greens moving towards and the reds moving away. Right in the middle there is where our rotation is. The storm is moving east at 25 miles an hour. So it's about the same speed as our previous tornado warning down here near Independence. And speaking of which, the storm has been replaced with a tornado possible tag. There's a new mesoscale discussion as well for the storm, so might as well go to pull up the Storm Prediction Center website. So this mesoscale discussion 201, severe weather threat continues for weather watch 30, isolated tornado potential near the Oklahoma-Kansas border. Storm activity is ongoing across northern Oklahoma and southern Kansas along an eastward advancing dry line and warm front draped across southern Kansas. Two supercells located along Suffolk. Jeez. Words are hard. I need spring break. One more day. It's got to survive tomorrow. Two supercells located along surface warm front have shown better organization as they move eastward into dew points in the upper 50s. A narrow corridor near the warm front may support risk of an isolated tornado before storms cross into the cold side of the boundary. Given enhanced vorticity along the front, further west along the dry line, storms will likely cluster and attempt to grow upscale as the cold front moves east, eventually overtaking the dry line. Main threats will likely be wind and hail with the linear storm modes. So basically what they're saying there is if a storm can isolate itself along the advancing warm front, there's the potential that could produce a tornado, but as the storm gets closer to the dry line, the dry line's practically going to choke out these storms once it gets to that point. So we have a new severe thunderstorm warning over here for our Hobart cell. Going to switch back over to GR3 here. I think that's KTLX, Hobart. Yes. The storm has a history of producing 2.5... excuse me, chat. The storm has a history of producing 2.5-inch sized hail here. So if we go back over to our hail sizes related to objects, that's tennis ball sized hail. Unfortunately, I don't have a tennis ball in my dorm that I can show you guys. But I do have the internet. So imagine that falling from the sky and hitting you in the head. It won't feel good. So if you're outdoors in Hobart, Granite, you're almost done. Mangum, you guys are done. You have another round that's moving through, and then after that, it's just a couple extra showers. Unless this thing right there moves... words hard. Unless that thing moves northeast... Oh, man. Unless this thing moves northeast, you guys should be good. I'm curious. No. Okay. Jumping back down to our other storm. No, go away. I believe this was the one that had the hook that we were looking at earlier. The rotation has weakened, thankfully. Jaden, I still want you guys in your safe place just in case. But right now, the storm is not in your general... I don't see anything tornadic coming from it at this current moment. Oklahoma City, you guys are about to get hit by these storms. That is contamination. There is not anything near El Reno. Yes, that is just contamination. That's the good news. Just contamination. That's a lot of contamination north of Guthrie. That's something to note here as well. Take a look at our storm that was previously tornado warned. Yeah, the rotation's not even there anymore. So, Coffeyville, if you haven't already, you're fine to come out of your safe place now. Don't really foresee anything tornadic there anymore. And the rotation up here near Moundville, Liberal, Sheldon, and I-49, State Route 43, US 460, or is that 160? That's State Route 160, excuse me. That rotation has weakened out as well, however, we can't fully say that's gone yet, and I need to use the bathroom chat, so I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.